On March 6, 2025, just after lunch, a woman pulled into my independent shop holding a Toyota dealership service estimate in one hand and her phone in the other. She was not there for repairs. She was there for a second opinion. Her 2021 Camry had 47,000 miles, ran perfectly, and the dealer wanted $1,847 worth of maintenance to keep her car healthy. I read the estimate twice, then I told her something she did not expect. 5 of these services do not exist on your car. They literally cannot be performed because the parts are not there. Today I'm going to walk you through the exact 10 services Toyota dealerships push hardest, why most of them are wildly overpriced, and which 5 are completely fictional services billed to drivers who have no idea what their own car actually contains. I have been working on Toyotas for over 2 decades. The reliability is real. The maintenance scams built around that reliability are also real. And they have gotten worse every year as dealerships chase higher service revenue to offset shrinking margins on new car sales. Toyota Corporate publishes a maintenance schedule that is actually quite reasonable. Your local dealership often does not follow that schedule. They follow a severe service interval, then add things that are not in any schedule at all, and then bundle it all into a service package that sounds responsible and feels safe to approve. Let me show you what to watch for. 1. The transmission flush on a sealed transmission. This is where dealers make their easiest money. The customer hears that transmission service is recommended every 30,000 miles and signs off on a $300 to $450 flush. Here is the problem. Most modern Toyotas do not even have a transmission dipstick. They use what Toyota calls world standard automatic transmission fluid, a fluid rated for the life of the vehicle under normal driving conditions. Toyota's own maintenance schedule for many models lists transmission fluid as inspection only, not replacement. Worse, a true transmission flush forces fluid through the system under pressure, which can dislodge debris and push it into the valve body where it does not belong. If your transmission has been running fine, a flush can create problems that did not exist before. When service is actually warranted, Toyota recommends a drain and fill, not a flush. The dealer does not tell you that because a drain and fill costs less and bills fewer labor hours. 2. The power steering flush on an electric power steering system. This is the first of our 5 services that literally do not exist on the car. Almost every Toyota built after 2010 uses electric power steering. There is no hydraulic fluid, there is no pump, there is no reservoir. The system is a motor and a computer. There is nothing to flush. Yet power steering flushes still appear on dealer estimates for 2015 Corollas, 2018 RAV4s, 2020 Camrys, and 2022 Highlanders. I have personally seen invoices where customers were charged $129 for a service performed on a system that does not contain a single drop of fluid. If your dealer recommends a power steering flush, the first question is simple. Does my car even have hydraulic power steering? For most Toyota owners watching this, the answer is no. 3. The fuel injection service. This one is real, but it is almost always overpriced and often premature. Dealerships charge between $150 and $300 for a fuel system cleaning. What they actually do in most cases is pour a bottle of fuel system cleaner into your tank and connect a canister to your intake for 10 minutes. The cleaner they use costs them around $8 wholesale. You can buy a bottle of PEA-based fuel system cleaner like Techron or Redline SI1 for $15 and add it to your tank yourself every 10,000 miles. The results are nearly identical. If your Toyota uses port injection and you have been using decent fuel, you almost certainly do not need professional injection service at all. Number 4 is the engine decarbonization treatment. It is second on our list of services that do not exist as a legitimate maintenance item. Some dealers have started pushing a $300 to $500 decarbonization service for vehicles that do not have meaningful carbon buildup. On a port-injected Toyota engine, fuel sprays directly across the intake valves every cycle, washing them clean. There is nothing to decarbonize because the design prevents the buildup in the first place. The service is marketed as preventive maintenance, but for these engines there is nothing to prevent. On direct injection engines, carbon buildup is a real phenomenon. But the only effective treatment is walnut shell blasting, a separate intensive procedure that costs $400 to $700 and is rarely needed before 80,000 miles. The decarbonization service most dealers sell is a chemical spray that does almost nothing on either engine type. It is theater dressed up as maintenance. 5. The differential service on a front-wheel drive car. Service 3 does not exist on your car. If you drive a front-wheel drive Camry, Corolla, Avalon, or a front-wheel drive RAV4, you do not have a rear differential. The drivetrain ends at the front axle. There is no rear gear oil to change. Yet differential service appears on dealer estimates for front-wheel drive vehicles with stunning regularity. I have seen it billed at $129 for a 2019 front-wheel drive Camry. Whatever service was performed, if any, was not on a differential. Always check whether your car is all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive before approving any differential service. If it is not, you do not have one. It is that simple. The brake fluid flush at every visit. Brake fluid does need to be changed. It absorbs moisture over time, and that moisture lowers its boiling point and corrodes internal brake components. Toyota recommends brake fluid replacement every 3 years or so, depending on conditions. What dealers do is recommend it every 15,000 miles, sometimes every 10,000 miles, regardless of fluid condition. A test strip costs them about 30 cents and tells you the actual moisture content of your brake fluid in 15 seconds. Ask for the test result before you approve the service. If the moisture content is under 3%, you do not need the service yet. If they refuse to test, the recommendation is not based on your car. It is based on a schedule designed to maximize service revenue. 7. The cabin air filter replacement at 4 times the cost. A Toyota cabin air filter costs between $12 and $20 at any parts store. It takes about 90 seconds to replace and requires no tools. The filter sits behind the glove box, which pops out by squeezing the sides. Dealers charge $60 to $90 for this service. The markup is on labor for a job a child can perform. I'm not saying skip the filter, especially if you have allergies. I'm saying you don't need to pay a dealer to swap it. Watch a 30-second YouTube video and save yourself $70 every single year. 8. The Headlight Restoration Warranty Package. This is Service 4, and it does not exist as a legitimate manufacturer service. Some dealerships have started offering headlight protection or headlight restoration warranties for $200 to $400. The pitch is that they apply a UV protectant to your headlight lenses to prevent yellowing. What they actually apply is a clear coat that wears off within months. There is no Toyota corporate warranty on headlight clarity, and there is no proven product that prevents oxidation for years. If your headlights are already yellowed, a $15 restoration kit from any parts store and an hour of your time will restore them. If they are not yellowed yet, you do not need a service. You are paying hundreds of dollars for a coating that wears off before you finish making payments on it. 9. The nitrogen tire fill upsell. The science here is mostly real but mostly irrelevant. Nitrogen molecules are slightly larger than oxygen molecules, so nitrogen leaks out of tires slightly slower than air. The difference is real but tiny, around 1 to 2 pounds per square inch per year. For commercial aircraft and race cars where every variable matters, nitrogen makes sense. For your daily driver Camry, it does not. Dealers charge $50 to $100 for nitrogen fills, and then top up tires at every visit. Regular air is around 78% nitrogen anyway. Just check your tire pressure once a month with a $10 gauge, and you'll be ahead of every nitrogen-filled tire in the parking lot. 10. The Premium Engine Protection Additive. This is the fifth and final service that does not exist as a legitimate factory recommendation. Some dealers will add a lifetime engine protection treatment or a premium friction modifier to your oil change for an extra $89 to $199. Toyota does not recommend any aftermarket additive for their engines. In fact, Toyota's own service documentation specifically warns against pouring unknown additives into engines because some can damage seals, alter oil viscosity, or interfere with the additive package already engineered into the oil. Toyota engines run on Toyota spec oil. That's it. If your dealer is pushing an additive, ask which Toyota service bulletin recommends it. They cannot show you one because none exists. So let's pause and count. Out of these 10 common dealer maintenance pitches, 5 are fictional or do not exist on most modern Toyotas. The power steering flush, the engine decarbonization treatment, the differential service on front-wheel drive vehicles, the headlight restoration warranty, and the premium engine additive. The other 5 are real services, but they are either dramatically overpriced, performed too frequently, or sold in ways that do not match Toyota's actual recommendations. Here is the uncomfortable truth most drivers never hear. Toyota dealerships are independent franchises. Toyota corporate sets the warranty terms and the maintenance schedule. The dealership decides what to recommend, what to charge, and what to add. 2 different Toyota dealerships in the same city can have wildly different service recommendations for identical cars. That alone should tell you something. If the recommendations were coming from Toyota, they would be the same everywhere. What most service writers will not tell you is that dealerships measure their service department on hours billed per repair order. The advisor's bonus, the manager's bonus, and the technician's pay all depend on adding more services to each visit. That does not make them dishonest people. It means the system rewards selling more, and the easiest things to sell are services that sound responsible and cost less than a car payment. So how do you protect yourself? The answer is simple. Get a copy of the actual Toyota maintenance schedule for your model. You can find it in your owner's manual or download it from Toyota's website. Compare what the dealer recommends to what Toyota recommends. If something appears on the dealer estimate that is not in the Toyota schedule, ask which service bulletin supports it. If they cannot show you one, you have your answer. Second, learn what your car actually has. Does it have electric power steering or hydraulic steering? Is it front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive? Does the transmission have a dipstick? Does it have direct injection, port injection, or both? These 4 answers alone will eliminate most of the fictional services dealers try to sell. Third, ask for the test, not the recommendation. Brake fluid moisture test, coolant pH test, battery load test. Real services are based on real test results, not on mileage intervals invented by the dealer to fill empty bays. And finally, remember this. Toyotas are reliable, not because of dealer maintenance. They are reliable because of how they were engineered. The dealer service department is not why your Camry will run for 300,000 miles. Your Camry will run for 300,000 miles if you change the oil on time. Keep up with the actual factory recommended fluids, and do not get talked into services that either harm the car or do not exist on it. I have watched too many customers spend $2,000 on a single dealer visit and drive away thinking they did something responsible. They did not. They funded someone's quarterly bonus. The actual maintenance their car needed could have been done for under $300. If this changed how you think about your next dealer visit, hit like so more Toyota owners see it. Subscribe if you want me to break down the actual factory maintenance schedules model by model. And drop a comment with the most ridiculous service your dealer has ever recommended. The stories you share help other drivers spot the same scam before they pay for it. Because the most expensive maintenance is not the kind that fixes your car, it is the kind that fixes nothing at all.